What's up, everybody? It's the Has-Beens again. I'm Matt Burton.
I'm Braden Lara.
And this week, we're going to start off talking about OSU just pile driving the Texas Christian Horned Frogs. And they looked really great doing it, honestly. They looked fantastic. I actually got to watch that game. It was the early game before I had to go to work.
They're all early games for us.
They are now. Yeah. But, no, that game, I think that's the best all-around game that they played. I mean, it looked like it. And they look just like they're playing the best football going into Bedlam. So, and Justice Hill looks like an absolute animal. I mean, he looked amazing. And then Chris Carson even got some good carries on Saturday. And then Mason just doing what he does, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing what he does, just controlling it. And you went to the game. You were in Fort Worth. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. Probably our best game, maybe, in 3 years, honestly. I mean, the West Virginia game was pretty good for us this year, like as far as complete all-around like performance. But honestly, maybe since the Baylor game, 2013, have like, you know, we just looked that great. Yeah, like you said, it was just quick fun stats real quick. I think I saw this is the fewest points they've scored under Gary Patterson, 6.
Really?
And that 6 really came because Barry Sanders dropped a punt, fumbled a punt at like their, or I guess our 15-yard line, so they scored pretty quick. But other than that,
Not the Barry Sanders.
not the Barry. No,
His son.
the Barry Sanders wouldn't have done that. Barry J. Sanders. But yeah. So it's like I think the worst home defeat since he's been there. Fewest amounts of points scored. It was just really, really great all around. It started off really, really slow, which was kind of concerning. But that's kind of what OSU does now. Just start off slow. Let the other team get into it. You know? It was like 7-6. But the first like kind of the turning point, because the whole first quarter or first half is kind of like a 7-6 game.
Yeah.
And then we get a field goal late in the second, make it 10-6. And then TCU, who, I mean, has some good offensive playmakers.
Yeah.
I think I heard someone say that Kirk Herbstreit had picked TCU to go to the playoffs this year and Kenny Hill to win the Heisman. I feel like, I don't know, Kirk always says
I
something.
know he was really high on TCU. I didn't hear the Kenny Hill Heisman thing.
Yeah, well, and I knew there would be some hype around Kenny Hill. Like he can be probably a good quarterback, but you know, it's not like OSU was shutting down a Kansas State quarterback, you know, because it's a little bit better than that. But late in the first half, they're driving the field, and it comes down to they have first and goal at like the 5, and there's a few seconds left on the clock. We stop them on first down, stop them on second down at the 1-yard line. Third down, they do the Wildcat package, stop them. Then fourth down with like 7 seconds left. The Wildcat package again, and we stop the run again on that.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of really the turning point of the game. Then we come out in the second half, and we just offense is clicking, defense is has their foot on the throat again. So
I definitely didn't get that. They went Wildcat and then tried to pass it with their running back. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, it was.
If you want to pass it, why not have Kenny Hill pass it? But
yeah.
I mean,
that's a good point. Or even have Kenny Hill try to do it. He's not the biggest guy, but he's big enough to kind of get up in there.
Yeah, he's bigger than the running back they had.
Yeah. So that was good for our defense because the whole thing this year has been two things, and I've said this. There's two things: is OSU's defense and OSU's offensive line have concerned me all year.
Mm-hmm.
Defense looked amazing.
They did.
And offensive line looked amazing.
Yes.
Offensive line has not looked that good in years. Like that one I feel confident saying. Like, we have not looked that good in years because I think we ran for like 350 yards, like 7 or 9 yards a carry. Yeah. Justice Hill broke. He had like 150 yards. Broke the true freshman rushing season record. I just jumbled the words there. The record is like he had broke Thurman Thomas's record for most rushing yards in season by a true freshman. And anytime you break Thurman Thomas's school record, it's good deal. And he broke that, and it's really because of the line. Like they did really great. 350 yards rushing, like I said, and man, it was like they're all game. That's what was crazy. Like Mason Rudolph, as good as he is, he wasn't consistent with the O line was. So you didn't think I'd say that too much this year, but that's good news. Coming up for the next game, it's like the right time of year to get hot. It's all about college football. Is all about momentum, and I'm one of the guys that kind of thinks that in rivalries like this big, like even though OU like overall owns the record, like in the past 5 years, like this has been a pretty big rivalry because there's always like title implications now with it. I'm one of those people that kind of think you can throw everything out the window, but it does help to have momentum going into the game. So it makes me feel a lot better that we played that well going into a bye week. Hopefully we can kind of keep that going, but. Yeah, can't really complain. Like I said, conference road wins. Like we said, get in and get out. But you can make it really clear. Yeah.
Win. OU travels to Morgantown. Hopefully for the last time ever because I hate it. I absolutely hate it. We always have a nervous game there.
Not this year.
Still pretty nervous. I was still pretty nervous in that game.
Matt was texting me in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was. I was pretty nervous because OU this year has gotten off to really good leads in most of their games, and just kind of let them slowly creep back in it, and we kind of saw that a little bit again this past week. But I really think OU got lucky. I mean, they fumbled twice inside OU's 5-yard line. There's two like pretty much guaranteed touchdowns because we weren't stopping the run at all. It was terrible. I'm pretty sure the running back for West Virginia had to have had the most rushing yards in the game without scoring a rushing touchdown. He had 289 yards rushing or something crazy like that, and no touchdowns because he fumbled it twice. Inside the 5-yard line. So we weren't stopping the run at all, but they weren't stopping ours either. So it was kind of one of those things. Got very fortunate with turnovers, obviously. Had a pick six, and and actually hurt Jordan Thomas on that pick six. So not Jordan Thomas, Jordan Evans, and so hopefully he's back for Bedlam. If he's not. Whenever he got hurt, we looked terrible. That's when they started making their little comeback, making it a little bit interesting. Whenever Evans got hurt, but overall looked good. Didn't have to throw it a whole lot because the conditions were so bad, and we were kind of doing whatever we wanted running it. But yeah, I mean, road conference road games. Get in there, get out.
Especially primetime games in Morgantown.
Get in there, get out, man. Morgantown's a weird place, and it makes me nervous. And I hope we never have to play there again.
Neutral site games.
Conference realignment. Let's go. All for it. But yeah, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Offense still playing great. It bothers me whenever we start letting them get back in it because we start going conservative and kind of lose our rhythm. And I'm sure I've said this before to you. Just whenever we get out of our rhythm, we just can't seem to like get back into it, and it allows the other team to come back in it. And we saw it with TCU, we saw it with Texas,
especially with this conference. It's like the wrong conference to do that.
Exactly. Not a whole lot of leads are safe in this conference. So, but yeah, dude.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of the game. Actually, a lot of the game. I was really excited for it. I'd actually picked West Virginia to win, not because I thought they were better than OU, but just the conditions and well,
I got one back finally.
Yeah,
yes. Even though it's too late.
Just not like weather conditions, but just like the moment it was in West Virginia. They had something to fight for, an outside shot at the playoffs, but a good shot at the Big 12 championship if they had won that. So you knew the crowd was going to be pretty rowdy, and then OU just came out firing, and West Virginia looked like they did not know how to play.
Yeah,
but OU stuck it to them, and I didn't actually get to end up watching the second half. But so I didn't see. I was actually surprised to see that they got within like 20 because I figured like OU was like, oh, they're gonna get 70 maybe. But no, they looked good the first half. You can anytime you got D.D. Westbrook throwing down 230-pound linebackers, it's probably a pretty good game.
That was impressive.
That dude is crazy fast. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen like an OU receiver just like that
fast,
blazing fast. You know, like. And then he's a good route runner, like you said. So he's like always kind of what you got to watch for. And I saw he was on like he got named to the Blitikoff watch list today.
He did.
So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the finalists is like him, the ECU receiver who broke Brian Broyles' record.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him, and some of the receiver.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
I think
probably Washington, probably on there.
No, he actually didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
Well, yeah, he's had 3 games with sub 50 yards receiving, which you know, it's like.
But he also had like a 300 yards.
Yeah, yeah. Like
he's
had those bad games. I mean, he got held to 1 catch against Kansas, but then against like the better pass defenses. So, but no, yeah. So OU did their thing. P. Ryan, he loves those cold weather snowing games. That's his opportunity to like shine. And maybe this breaks the curse for Matt not liking the alternates. Maybe had a pretty good.
I still don't.
No, okay.
I still don't like them.
But yeah, it was a good game, and both teams are looking amazing going into
Bedlam. And
Bedlam.
Obviously, we both have a bye week, so we don't have to do a preview this week.
No, we don't. Thank goodness.
So moving on, and we don't need to go over this for very long, but the Oklahoma City Thunder have been playing terrible lately, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Losing to the Pacers at home without Paul George. Granted in overtime, but we had to scramble to make it into overtime.
We had to use a Russell three, which is probably a really good sign.
Yeah, no. And
but hey, shout out though, because they did play the Rockets at home last week.
They did.
And Rockets aren't like in the top 5, probably in the West, but they do have James Harden, who's on a tear.
Terrible.
And James Harden had 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
Did not have a triple-double, but Russell did.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is kind of cool. But yeah, as a team, getting kind of worried over here.
Yeah,
it's early, but like we said last week, we're not going to panic. But you gotta win the games you gotta win, and that one. Like, when they don't have Paul George on the team, you gotta win that game.
Definitely, because we're not good enough to make up games. I don't think against the really good teams, like the teams where you expect to lose. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're good enough to pick up those wins. So whenever we play teams like Detroit, who doesn't have Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond, like the Pacers when they don't have Paul George, you have to take advantage of those and win those, and not doing it right now. So, but it's a long season. Mm-hmm. Things can turn around. We can still make some moves, maybe.
Still need once we get everyone healthy, Cameron Payne comes back.
So we'll see. We'll see. I think we'll be all right. And in the end, we'll be all right. But that brings us to what's known in Morgantown, West Virginia, and Fort Worth, Texas, as some type of way.
Man, there's a lot of places in Texas this year getting that some type of way treatment.
They're getting some type of way treatment for sure.
I drop top of my whip, that car driving make you feel some type of way. I know you do. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way.
All right, and this version of Some Type of Way is brought to you by the King of the North, Jon Snow, and also our life sponsor, Altoids. Pretty much.
We love Altoids.
Pretty much our life sponsor. But this week, Braden, what's got you feeling some type of way?
So the MLB postseason awards were announced.
Chris Bryant, MVP.
Chris Bryant, MVP. Boom.
Yes.
That's great. Hopefully, I feel like one of many to come.
Yes.
Very excited about that. That's not what my main thing is about. My main thing is about the Cy Young, the AL Cy Young race. I forgot his name. The guy from Boston. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
I'm not gonna lie. Before this year, I never even heard of this.
Same here.
But
good for him.
Maybe this discredits me as like a sports fan, but I forgot. He was good. He had 22 and 4 record, pretty good ERA. But as you guys might have seen on Twitter from Kate Upton, which I can't say a tweet back because contains some certain language, but she basically calls out the MLB and saying that Justin Verlander got kind of screwed over because he had the most first place votes, and the guy from Boston, who I think only had like 8, something like that. He ended up winning the Cy Young, which You know, definitely can see how he could be deserving, but it just kind of brings to light that whole thing, and this happens in a lot of sports about how someone could have the most first place votes and then still not win win. Like, and then I think 2 people didn't even have Verlander on the ballot, like 2 guys from like Tampa Bay maybe. Didn't even have him on the ballot. Like, some guy had him in 7th. So it's like, who are you trusting to watch these games where, like, who either has a grudge, because they're human, so you gotta think like at some point they just do not like the guy, or who is just so out of touch with like what's going on with some of the best pitchers that they have to have him either off the ballot or ranked or on like 7th. Like he has the most first place votes, and I feel like that kind of should be like, well, you win.
Yeah, like everyone who's voting, like, the majority of people who are voting for this have you winning.
Yeah.
So isn't that's kind of what I don't know.
That blows my mind. Like, and again, it's not that the other guy wasn't deserving, but it just comes down to the voting. Like, the guys who get paid to watch these games are right about them. More of them had him at first than they did any of the other guys, and so I think logically it just makes sense to say, oh, he should win. But it's Justin Verlander. It probably doesn't bother him. He has something to fall back on. He knows how good he is, but
he also has Kate Upton.
He has Kate Upton.
Good for him. Good for him.
He'll be all right. It's got you feeling some type of way, man.
All right. So what's got me feeling some type of way is Texas, the University of Texas football program. They fired Charlie Strong after their loss at Kansas. Probably their worst loss in a really, really long time. I mean, I don't want to go back.
This is way worse than the Iowa State loss.
I mean, yeah, this is
Kansas.
terrible.
This is Kansas we're talking about.
This is probably Kansas's biggest win since their Orange Bowl. Like, this is probably their biggest win since their Orange Bowl win. Since Mangino was there. So,
and you can't use this is well, I actually said it earlier when I was Super. They only played bad, but you can't really use the home field thing because they had 13 people in the stands.
Exactly, there was not like a real crowd there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take away from like your time to rant right here, but it just blows my mind real quick about how Texas has this much 4- and 5-star talent, and Kansas might not even have a 3-star in the entire team.
I don't think so.
Like,
it would really shock me.
Poorly coached or not, like that alone should just trump everything.
Seriously, like you should be able to out-athlete them. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but Texas fires Charlie Strong. I'm not gonna say it wasn't justified. He was 16-20 over 3 years, so I mean, obviously losing record at Texas, you're probably bound to get fired. I thought he was brought in the first place just to be like a filler for the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like just to kind of clean house, get a really nice structure in there, and kind of get all the bad eggs out of there, and kind of be more strict than Matt Brown was those last couple years. So they fire him after the Kansas game, which, okay, makes sense, justified, but he's still going to coach their last game against TCU. Like, okay, Braden, if I said, hey, we're really going to need you for our last game, but you're fired before it, then it'll be your last one, coach. Like, you're getting fired.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? You're gonna tell me to do one? Yeah. You say go. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Nothing
not doing that.
Nothing I can say on this show.
Not doing that. Not doing that. But
no, that's ridiculous.
I mean, like that's totally ridiculous. Like, okay, if you're gonna fire the guy, fire him. Okay, don't have him coach the last game. That looks bad on both parties. Like Charlie Strong doesn't want to be there. You guys don't want him to be there, obviously, since you fired him. Then
don't even fire him though. Then right then, like he has a week left. I don't think they can make a bowl, right?
No, they can't.
Can't even make a bowl. Like,
I don't know. Don't they let like some 5 and 7 teams?
Yeah, but that's like after.
It's like
it's like when they start looking at like APR and stuff. So but I mean, it just like it's bad. It's bad look all around. It's bad for the players. Like why should they even care at this point? Like I think Charlie Strong, regardless of like how his team performed, I feel like they fought for him.
They did.
They fought for him, but like why? Like, what reason they have to care? You know, it's like it's like you can say it's a pride thing, but yeah, they just took away their head coach with 5 days left in the season.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What is
It's just it doesn't. I don't get it. Doesn't make much sense to me. But I did read a tweet the other day after he got fired. Said Charlie Strong's getting he's getting fired for losing, not for cheating, not for not meeting academic standards with his players, not a scandal, not anything like that, just losing. I was like, and it said,
please hang up and try again.
So he has something to hold his head up high about, which is good. I mean, good on Charlie Strong.
And he'll be all right. I mean,
yeah.
he's getting
a good
paid.
coach.
Yeah, he's a very good coach. I mean, his whole thing with Louisville, like that wasn't fluke. You know?
Yeah, no, I think he was. I think he already was destined to fail.
Yeah.
Whenever he got there, because you had reports of like the alumni and boosters not liking the hire already. Like
because
whenever they hired,
I felt like they had to settle for him.
Yeah,
they didn't get like
they didn't get saved.
A good year. Yeah, he'll be back. Honestly, I hope he gets on a team down the road that ends up playing Texas and he just
definitely
destroys them. It's kind of funny to see how Texas has fallen apart after the championship game 7 years ago. But I mean, with the whole Longhorn network and the whole being a power player in the conference realignment, acting like they're all high and mighty, which they do have a lot of pull. But then to see them kind of fail like this, and
I could honestly see him and Tom Herman switching places.
Yeah.
Because Texas, I read the other day that they're feeling a lot of pressure to hire him, throw kind of everything at him.
So is LSU. So is maybe Baylor. So is maybe UCLA and Oregon.
Exactly. So Tom Herman's definitely gonna have his pick of the litter. But there's just something about that Texas job. You're guaranteed to get recruits.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to get whatever, pretty much whatever recruit you want out of Texas.
Yeah.
So I think I could see them switching places, and maybe Charlie Strong going to Houston. I think that'd be a good move.
He definitely deserves. I
think that'd be a good move for Charlie Strong, because Houston's on the up and up. So
yeah.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. But yeah, that's my some type of win. That's it.
I have, but real quick though, because I said I would. I want to give 2 quick shout outs. One to the OSU basketball team is currently up on UConn in the Maui tournament. UConn's not that great this year, it looks like, but
still UConn.
But hey, you know what? Just ignore all that. Still UConn. And secondly, one of my good friends, her name is Christina Applegate.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to her real quick.
Yes.
Because she's a big factor in why we do this.
Yes. So this is why we do it, from the heart.
Shout out Christina.
From Christina. Yes. But anyways, that's our show today. Wish we could go longer, but we can't because we're has-beens.